Our next speaker is Dr. Ellen Kenner from the Northwest Tea Party. Dr. Kenner.
Welcome. As a child, I enjoyed playing a board game, the older version of the game of life. I got to choose what path I wanted to take in life. Get a college degree, become a doctor, or accept a lower paying job. I got to experience life as an adventure. I could climb Mount Everest, write a book, get married, have children, and enjoy growing a business. There were setbacks, but I could overcome these. The game was filled with interesting choices. Even if I didn't end up in the millionaire's mansion, I had one heck of an adventurous life. This game was a tribute to a country that protects individual rights and values pursuing happiness. I used to hate playing a game of chance, chutes and ladders. Just as I was nearing the top, I'd land on a chute and come tumbling down almost to the starting point. I could not choose and plan ahead. I felt passive and powerless. And if my opponents won by chance, it seemed unfair. Life seemed senseless. Both failure and success were arbitrary. These two games represent two significantly different ways of viewing myself, the world, and my future. Our politicians are playing super shoots with our life. Their contempt for the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, their fiscal wrecking ball, their ominous threats of censorship, their smearing of productive business people, their hatred of free minds and free markets are all destroying our rights and our personal lives. As a psychologist, I see the personal tragedies of their policies. I see ambitious clients work long hours, go back to school, risk opening up a business, enjoy enough success to buy a home and to have children and save for their future. And then along come the shoots, needless regulation, higher taxes, fewer customers and calls from politicians for sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. And you know the outcome. What happened to their business? What happened to their home? What happened to their savings? What happened to their marriage and their children? What happened to their dignity and self-esteem when they started to take what they never wanted to take? Taxpayer money doled out by politicians who use kindness and pity as a weapon. I saw ambition crushed almost to the point of suicide. Thank you, socialists, for your brotherly love. Freedom is a prerequisite for our happiness, but bureaucrats have a weapon you may not be aware of, part of your moral code. You may be unwittingly helping them destroy your freedom. On some level, you may have bought into the code of self-sacrifice. What do you feel when you hear them called for shared sacrifices, or for productive people to sacrifice? Many of us feel guilty. We've been taught that self-sacrifice is moral, and that self-valuing, self-esteem, is selfish. This brings up the question, do you have a moral right to your own happiness?
Yeah!
Or is self-sacrifice moral? If self-sacrifice is moral, Chafee's tax plan doesn't go far enough. Why not level us all and set up a communist or fascist state? Is a political society based on self-sacrifice moral? When others own your life, determine what you can and can't do in the privacy of your home, and determine who gets the efforts of your labor. Do you flourish and achieve your happiness? Ask Jan Milak from Cumberland, who escaped communist Czechoslovakia, or Ayn Rand, who escaped communist Russia. When I read Ayn Rand's novel, Atlas Shrugged, I heard for the first time in my life a different answer to the question, who owns my life?
I do!
I do.
Hell yeah!
I learned that it is proper for us to value our lives responsibly. We tend to be more benevolent, happier, and less resentful when we're not sacrificing ourselves. And it is proper to help someone in need, only under certain circumstances. In Ayn Rand's words, those who grant sympathy to the guilty grant none to the innocent. I learned how the code of self-sacrifice is used to make you, the productive person, feel guilty. That's an unearned guilt. Ayn Rand helped me see that I own my own life, and that it is a virtue to pursue my own happiness without ever stepping on others and without ever becoming a doormat. From yesterday's Wall Street Journal, quote, Rand was not a conservative or a liberal. She was an individualist. Atlas Shrugged, continuing, quote, Atlas Shrugged is, at heart, a plea for the most fundamental American ideal, the inalienable rights of the individual. Part 1 of Atlas Shrugged is now playing at Providence Place cinemas by popular demand. When I started to see the plot of Atlas Shrugged coming to life in America, my gut response was fear. With all the knowledge I have as a psychologist, I didn't know how to fight the battle. I felt paralyzed and depressed about our future. I never had been involved in politics, but I decided to attend a Tea Party rally. I have found no better way to learn about our government than to become involved with the Rhode Island Tea Party. I met many delightful individuals with a passion for protecting our country. I have attended town meetings and state house hearings. I read the paper and listen to the news. I warmly invite anyone interested in protecting individual rights to join our quest. My fear has disappeared. Today I feel energized and hopeful. And I'd love to meet more of like-minded individuals, many of you. Thank you very much.